So please help me warmly welcome Reverend Ali Benjamin.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So good to be here today. Thank you, Reverend Myrna. She's a senior now. That's what I've been told. So today, yesterday was Reverend Marty's birthday. Did you know that? So he may watch this or not, I don't know. So maybe we could just say a big, loud, happy birthday, Marty, really loud. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Marty! I am so excited for you. Have any of you had a chance to go over to your new center? Isn't it fabulous? If you haven't, you are in for a big surprise. Just wait and go there for the first weekend in September or whenever they decide to open the doors. You're going to be blown away. You are going to feel like you're home. The colors, the paints, the seats. The Saatchi Center purchased a seat, by the way. The seats are wonderful, the rooms, the classrooms, the bathrooms. Everything is just wonderful. You're in for such a big surprise. So well done to you. That wouldn't have happened without all of you. So I'm excited. Reverend Marty called me last week, and he said that he's moving, and would I like to come and share some time with you? And I said yes, because I always say yes when Spirit speaks to me. And he said, you're going to be kicking off a 7-week series of talks based on the 7 spiritual laws of success by Deepak Chopra. Anybody read Deepak Chopra? Great teacher. Really, these are 7 spiritual laws for living, for successful living. And I got the best one, number 1, which is the law of pure potentiality. I think that's the most amazing one. I read through all the others. I can't even remember what they said, but mine was the best, so I'm really happy about that. So what is success? What's success to you? I like to think of success not being sort of a destination point, but the journey, the way we live life day in and day out. The journey of life is where we can really put forth our greatest expression of success, wouldn't you say? Deepak Chopra says, true success is the experience of the miraculous. I could go on and continue with this quote, but just settle into that. True success is the experience of the miraculous. Isn't it amazing that we're here, alive, human beings on this planet, having this experience? Sometimes I think we take it for granted. We don't realize what a miraculous thing this thing called life is. It's said by the scientists that things had to be just right in order for us human beings to survive. Like 13.8 billion years ago when the big flaring forth happened, or whatever that thing was, when time and space came into being, when our physical universe started, and each year that went by until today, right now, we are at the very leading edge of evolution. Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't that amazing? I think every time I wake up, I think, good grief, it's amazing. Anyway, back to my quote. True success is the experience of the miraculous. It is the unfolding of the divinity within us. That's what I think this thing is that we're all doing here together. We come to spiritual community, we read spiritual books, we say we're more spiritual and less religious because we are unfolding the divinity within us. We're recognizing that there's something more to this thing called life than just this stuff, this physical stuff. There is something within us, something miraculous, a divinity within us that is seeking expression. And each one of us, spiritual beings having this human experience, are here to bring forth that divinity. Whatever that is, that magic, that essence, that spark, that unique creativity. Each one of us, Ernest Holmes says, is a unique manifestation of the divine. A unique co-creator in God, in spirit, in infinite wisdom. A differentiated being. We're all separate, but we're all part of the one. We're like snowflakes. You may see snow coming down, and you may think of it as just a snowstorm. But if you look more closely, you see that each snowflake is a perfectly unique water crystal. That's like us. We all come from the one source, the one water, the one spirit, the one infinite intelligence, but we show up as an individual snowflake. That's what we're doing here together. We're showing up. We may look like a room of people, but we're unique, radically unique, individualized expressions of the divine. And thank you for that song. I know I said this in the earlier service. That song is so amazing. Was that song amazing? You are so blessed to have the music that you have, to have the voices, to have the musicians, and the new percussion. Wonderful, just fabulous. Thank you. When we give ourselves full permission to show up like that authentically, that vulnerable, we all feel that, don't we? And there's a certain magnetism when someone shows up fully, authentically as their true self, their divinity showing up. So thank you for doing that. So my talk today is the law of pure potentiality. So what is the law? The law, Ernest Holmes says, is impersonal and impartial. The law responds to our thoughts. The law responds to our feelings. The physicists tell us that everything is made up of the same stuff, the same molecules. So we operate within this field of the law. The law is the way things manifest themselves. The law is the vehicle through which things become things. Thoughts become things. The dreamer has the dream. I like the way Deepak Chopra says, the law, the process by which the unmanifest becomes the manifest. It is the process by which the thought becomes the thing, the dreamer manifests the dream. And that's what we're waking up to, that we're dreamers. We get to call our dream, our life, into reality. And it happens through us, So we have to understand that we're body, mind, and spirit. And to tap into the infinite realm of possibilities that's available to each one of us. It isn't available to some people more than others. The realm of pure potentiality is available to all of us. All we have to do is to understand the language that the universe responds to best. When we understand the language that the universe responds to best, we're then using the law of attraction for our best and highest good. So the language that the universe understands best is positivity, is radical kindness, unconditional love, compassion, generosity. When we're vibrating, when our molecules are vibrating at the level of unconditional love, compassion, then the universe presents us with things that feel and spark and inspire more of that. We live in a reciprocal universe, but we have to be it first. We can't have what we're not willing to become in consciousness. So we can't have happiness unless we're happy. We can't have meaningful friendships unless we have a meaningful friendship with ourselves. We can't have abundance and prosperity unless we are generous. Like attracts like. When our thoughts are aligned with those things that we desire that serve humanity, then the molecules that everything's made of presents itself as things that you desire. It's magic, it's funny, it's weird, but that's how it happens. And we're all participating in this all the time. Every word we say, every feeling we have, every action we take affects the universe, has a ripple out effect. So I want to share a story an experience I had. It was one of the most profound experiences that I've ever had. And it helped me to tap into this realm of pure potentiality. It was a normal everyday morning, but there was something different about this morning. I was in bed alone, and there was an aliveness in the air. And I knew something magical was afoot. Something incredible was going to happen, and I didn't know what it was. But something within me, and I'm always listening, was on high alert. There was something activated within me to listen with the ear behind the ear, to see with the eye behind the eye. It was a mystical moment, and I sort of reveled in it. And I was alert, and I was ready, and God was about to speak to me. I knew. I felt it. And the voice of God was everywhere, but it was in me. And it was every here. But it wasn't there, it wasn't here, it wasn't there. It was just there, but not there. It was weird. But I had this feeling. And I was just going with it, and I was listening. And she said, knock, knock. And I'm like, whoa, God has a sense of humor. So I went along with this. Okay, who's there? And he said, I am. And I'm like, oh, okay. I am who? And it said, I am you. And at that moment, I had one of those breakthrough moments. The veil, I peeked behind the veil, and I felt what it felt like to be at one with everything. Develop the ears to listen to those quiet moments when God is speaking. Have the eyes to see the miraculous in the mundane. At that moment, I sunk into the realm of pure potentiality and felt like I could bring anything forth. I am. We are. We are the way that God shows up. We are the way that universal intelligence comes forth. We are the way that the universe is evolving. We are on the green growing edge of our own becoming. Take a moment to look around this room and see, this is it. This is the way that God shows up. Look. Look. It's through these other people. We're all in this thing together. It doesn't get any better than this. Don't wait for something more miraculous than this. This is how God shows up. It's in the everyday people that we are. We are the hands of God serving. We are the heart of God loving. We are the mind of God knowing. We are the heart of God loving. That's why love feels so good. It's because we're connected to our source. We're connected to the infinite realm of pure potentiality that says everything is possible. We are only limited by one thing. You know what that is? It's that sweet little thing called the mind. It can be our biggest ally, and it can be our biggest saboteur. The Buddhists call it the adorable monkey mind. I say I have a gorilla mind. When we step outside of believing everything our mind tells us, and we make friends with our mind, Ernest Holmes says that we are the masters of our mind. The mind is our servant. We get to program our mind to understand the language that the universe responds to best. I am beautiful, I am wonderful, I am always supported. All of those airy-fairy affirmations, they work. They work, they help us clear out those old, little, quiet, undermining things that our mind says. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough money. All of that is just blah, 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 blah. None of it's true unless you believe it. Because what is true is what you want. So what is it you want? Reverend Myrna and I, where did she go? She's in here somewhere, maybe she left. Reverend Myrna and I have been teaching the basic principles of the science of mind. And when we're helping the students to identify affirmations, we say, well, what is it you want? New car, boyfriend, thinner body, whatever. And then we say, no, but what is it that you really want? What will that new car bring you? What will it feel like? What will that new house inspire you to create? What will that new relationship, where will that take you? And then we create affirmations about that. Then, as we create affirmations about what we really want, then we're vibrating at the language that the universe responds to when we tap into the realm of pure potentiality. And then what? Then life gets really good. You've had those moments, haven't you? When it's like things are clicking into place, life's really good. That's because you're in alignment with the truth of who you are, which is the infinite realm of pure potentiality. We just clean the lens of our little mind. We wipe away all of those clouds of doubt and fear and concern and comparison. Anyone do that? Comparison? We just wipe that away. That's just an old habit. I used to be really interested in that. I'm not so interested in that anymore. I used to really like to compare what they have and I don't, but I'm not interested in that. I am more interested in being a loving, expressive, creative goddess. How's that? I'm really interested in that. So think of thoughts that you're interested in. Pay less attention to what you're not. And you'll find it funny, because I still do. My ego just has this habit of thinking of thoughts of things I don't like. Anyone else have that? And it's like, okay, I used to be interested, not so interested. Okay, not so interested, more interested in how delicious life is, how juicy it is when I see with the eyes behind the eye. Okay, I better look at my notes to see if I'm covering everything. So I want to share something that Ernest Holmes wrote. Now, I like to think of Ernest as one of my friends. And I would imagine if he was sitting here somewhere, maybe back of the room there, short little fellow, sturdy and short and really infused with spirit. Has anybody read that book, The Science of Mind? Yeah? You really get a sense of the fire within that little man, don't you? Right? I mean, he wasn't just playing around. He was on his spiritual path. I like that. I like it when people are on their spiritual path and they're infused with spirit and they're on fire with it. He said, humanity is made up of innumerable individuals, not two alike. And yet society is a composite whole moving gradually towards some ultimate goal. That's us. Society moving towards something. Evolution moving forward. We're awakening as we go. What could this goal be other than that everyone, while remaining individual, shall find a more complete expression in and among other individuals? So we're all in this thing together. We're supposed to be. And I believe that everybody in this room is here by divine appointment today. We're here because our souls wanted us to connect. So when we finish here today, I encourage you to go meet a couple of people that you've seen them before, but you just didn't go and say hi to them. Go say hi to them. That could be the next Buddha. That could be your next teacher. You belong to the universe in which you live. You are one with the creative genius back of this vast array of ceaseless motion, this original flow of life. You are as much a part of it as the sun, the earth, and the air. And Michael Beckwith says, we are the way that the stars look back at themselves. We're made of stardust. There is something in you telling you this, like a voice echoing from some mountaintop of inward vision, like a light whose origin no man has seen, like an impulse welling up from an invisible source. Your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. This is your starting point for investigating the meaning of those impulses, longings, and desires which accompany you through life. You may accept that the source through which they come is real. That source is the infinite realm of pure potentiality that's available to you and to me and each one of us alike. So I close with this thought. May each of you bring forth those gifts that only you can bring forth. Only you can bring forth. And when I think of the word beautiful, and I see you all as beautiful, I think of this idea of be you to the full. Beautiful. Be you to the full. Namaste. So I'd like to close in a prayer, if you will. Opening our hearts, calming our minds, breathing through the mind of the heart, going even deeper into the realm of pure potentialities, into the law of oneness, into the field of what is happening right now. There is so much love here. There is so much creativity here. There is so much beauty. And it is seeking expression through me now. And I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. So as I allow it to come through me, it shows up as my life, rich in friendships, prosperous, creative, alive and vibrant. And as I bring forth my gifts, I share them with the world. I give generously of who I am, of my light. And when I shine my light in this way, I see lights go on all around the world. Every person I meet is my ally. Every team I'm on succeeds. I find success in my journey. And for this, I am blessed. I give great thanks for the continuing voice of Spirit speaking, guiding, loving, directing, infinite and eternal I am. I am so blessed. I give great thanks. I release, and let us say together, and so it is.